on GP, you know, general principle, that you should just hit like on this video from now because it's my second time filming it. The first time, you know, I had on this new wig and that lace came out like, hey, where the party at? And, you know, I just, you know, normally I hate to waste footage. And I'm like, look, it's just gonna have to go out there. But I couldn't let myself go out like that. So once we are out of quarantine and I can get that wig cut to really frame my face and all of that, you know, I'll bring her back out. But either way, today we're talking about skincare empties. Welcome back to the Style and Beauty Doctor on YouTube, and keep watching. I wanted to give you two little things to note about product empties, especially as it pertains to moi. So number one, I don't finish all these products at the same time. A lot of times I save product empties, like the empty container, just so that when I do a product empty video like this, I have a number of things to talk about. And then two, just because I did not finish a product doesn't mean that a product wasn't good, because there's just some products that, like, dang, will I ever get to finish it? Like, I might have, the product may expire before I've had a chance to use it up. But it's like, I didn't finish it, but I love it and it's still a great product. So hopefully that makes sense, and let's get into this. So first up from the product empties, the Ole Henriksen Truth Juice Daily Cleanser. Whenever it came out, I've had it maybe a month before it came out because I did a partnership with Ole Henriksen. Listen, I don't know what kind of witchcraft, well, I mean, obviously we'll figure it out if you look at the ingredients, but this cleanser is actually able to do two steps in one. It removes your makeup and it also cleanses your skin in a gentle way. Now I was like, you know, yeah, right, it's not gonna do all of that. And then I tried it and I even did a test to see if what was left behind. And I was like, yo, I'm shook here. Like, this cleanser is kind of bomb. Now, I do from time to time still do my actual double cleanse step. Like, I'll use my oil-based cleanser, which I love, the Boscia Makeup Breakup Cleansing Oil. And then sometimes I'll do a second step with my gel-based cleanser. I've got a bunch of them in my shower that I rotate. The Perricone Nutritive Cleanser. Sometimes I may use the Murad Acne Time Release Cleanser when, you know, a little bumpy. And sometimes I'll do that. But more, if you want more on cleansing, I actually did a video with an amazing esthetician, and check that out on properly cleansing your skin, because that is probably the most important part of your skincare routine. Because if your skin is not properly cleansed and you have not properly removed makeup, dirt, and oil, all your other products, then you might as well just throw them in the garbage like I did the empties, because they're not gonna work well. So check that video out. Next up, a body wash from Kiehl's. Now, to me, like, I have my preferences when it comes to body washes. Like, I need them to be soothing and gentle on my skin. My skin can't be feeling stripped after a body wash. I like a lot of fragrance in my, well, not a lot of fragrance, but you know what I mean. I like some fragrance in my body wash, but it can't be like, it can't be a fragrance I don't like, because if it's like, ugh, who wants that on you? So this Kiehl's Made For You body wash, which was personalized. It says made for Danielle on it, which I got at an event for Kiehl's last year. Usually I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on my body wash, because I find a lot of really effective body washes from brands like OLAY and Aveeno and Vaseline. So it's not a product category I'm willing to spend more than maybe like 8, 9, maybe 10 bucks on. But this Kiehl's body wash might be one of those exceptions, because it just smells so amazing. It makes my skin feel really supple. And I think more than anything, I think it's the fragrance that really does it for me. You know, fragrance is a very subjective thing. So, you know, if you don't love the fragrance, you probably won't love this body wash. But I loved it so much that I finished it up, and thankfully I have another bottle to use that I'm gonna finish that up too. More than likely, unless something else comes along. You never know. So that's that. I'm literally looking at a picture of like my garbage can to to see what was in there. But next up, the OLAY Retinol 24 Night Serum. So retinol is something that you might hear so often, and it's because it's considered the gold standard amongst dermatologists and you know, a lot of those in the skincare industry. Retinol is a type of retinoid, and I promise you guys I'll do a video on retinoids and we'll go through things. But retinol is a type of retinoid. You can get it over the counter. It's not going to be as concentrated. It may not be as powerful as the prescription retinoids that you can get from a dermatologist. But for some people, that's great, because for some people, the prescription retinoids can be a lot. You know, they do what they need to do, but sometimes for some people, even if you're being very careful, like you're putting a moisturizer on first, and then you're putting the prescription retinoid on top of that, if you're only using it starting out using it a few times a week and trying to slowly build yourself up, even when you're doing all the right things to ease your way into a prescription retinoid, sometimes you can still get that dryness, that irritation, that flaking. And you know, sometimes you just don't, you ain't trying to deal with all of that. And then it also kind of makes you not continue using the prescription, and then it's just like womp womp. Now, typically you're not going to experience the same type of irritation with an over-the-counter retinol as you would with a prescription retinoid, but you know, you still want to take it easy. My motto is to take it easy. Ease your way into some of these active ingredients, because to me, if you go gung-ho and you go hard, you can mess up your skin, and then you have two issues. So now you got irritation, redness, and you know, maybe an allergic reaction and some craziness. And then you have the issue that you wanted to use the product to get rid of in the first place, and now you got two issues, and then you might not even continue using the product to cure the main issue. So go easy and go slow, and the OLAY Retinol 24 Night Serum is something that allows you to go easy, go slow. It's easy on the pockets, and with continued use over time, you can see, you know, softer skin, smoother skin. The appearance of your fine lines and wrinkles, they're not gonna go away completely. Now, I'm not saying this is some miracle product, but you're probably going to see less of it, you know, some softening with the skin over time. And of course, you wanna make sure that you're using your sunscreen during the day, because if you're gonna use active ingredients and not wear sunscreen, you might as well just give me your wallet, because, you know, you don't care about your money. Next up, an oldie but a goodie, the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I use this as my eyeshadow base. I mean, I think I kind of buy it because, one, out of force of habit, I use this one, and then I also like the Lorac eyeshadow insurance, I think it's what it's called. And then Shrivectin also makes an eye cream that also works great as an eye primer, but I tend to really go for the Urban Decay Primer Potion, just because, I don't know, it's just like, you're familiar with it. It's like you buy it and it's like a reflex. Like you just, give me the Urban Decay Primer Potion. But it usually takes me 5 million years to finish a bottle. So surprised that I was actually done, and I was just like scooping and scooping, and even considered like cutting it open and then scooping more out. But you know, I just went and bought another one. But finished one tube of Urban Decay Primer Potion, check. So next up, and this is quite a mouthful of a name, the DIOR the DIOR Forever 24-hour skin caring foundation. I wear shade 6.5N, and I use the matte version, but there's also a glow version for drier skin types. And there's a review for both of them in the description box, so make sure you check that out. But DIOR, I have to say, makes some amazing foundations. They have so many innovations, and I'm so glad that they extended their shade range, because it's kind of hard to go hard for a brand saying like, oh, their foundations are bomb, and then you look at it and they got 2 dark shades, and one is kind of like, and then the other one is like a, So I'm so glad that they extended their shade range, because they really do make amazing foundations. I like this one because it gives me a nice matte finish, that it's a satin matte, so it's very skin-like. And as a matter of fact, I did a whole video on skin-like foundations, so make sure you check that out. But the funny thing with this, I finished it and then I was like, well, you know what? I've got other foundations that I can use. I don't need to go and rebuy it. Let me just finish up what I already have. And you know, somehow I was minding my own business, and somehow I slipped and like wound up on the Sephora app during the VIB sale and accidentally put one in my cart. Accidentally. And you know, it should be arriving either today or tomorrow. So it's down on that. So this is an empty, of which I do not have the empty container because I just realized like, yeah, I kind of did get rid of that, you know, back when I finished it. So Olaplex number 3 Hair Perfector. Now this is something that my hairstylist Gabrielle Corney told me to get, and when Gabby tells me to do something, I pretty much go ahead and do it. So at one point, maybe 6 months ago, I don't remember exactly, but it was definitely in 2019, which, you know, now after being in quarantine for so long feels like 25 years ago. But one side of my hair felt thicker than the other. And Gabby's like, you know, she's like doing my hair, and she's like, you need to do some Olaplex treatment. So I, you know, like I said, when Gabby tells me to do something, I go ahead and do it. So I was doing the Olaplex number 3, which is something that you use before you do your shampoo and condition. And, you know, with repeat use over time, I'm happy to report that both sides have the same amount of thickness, and I'm happy. And after that, I actually wound up getting one of those, you know, like around Christmas time, Sephora has those like sets. So Sephora had a set that had the number 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 4 is a shampoo, 5 is a conditioner, and then 6 is like a leave-in. The whole set I've used in my hair. I don't use it every week because, you know, like I said, it's kind of on the pricey side. I don't use it every week, but I do notice that my hair does feel stronger. And I hope that is still going to be the case as we get out of quarantine. Well, I can't even say, because I was going to say because I've been doing my hair myself, but to be honest, have I really been doing my hair? Like, a lot of times it just, I do nothing to it and it stays in braids or something, but hopefully I'll be fine. But Olaplex number 3, if you've ever tried Olaplex or any, you know, Olaplex products, let me know in the comments below. So last but certainly not least, the OLAY Regenerist Micro Sculpting Cream. I like the fragrance-free version. This, along with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer Pencil, brow pencil, it's probably my most emptied product. The Brow Stylist Definer is definitely number 1 because I go through those things like it's my job. But this is definitely one up there when it comes to my like top emptied products that I use over and over again. Before this, I used to be like a Perricone MD face finishing moisturizer stan. Like if it wasn't Perricone, I didn't want to hear it. And you know, Perricone MD with the alpha lipoic acid and the vitamin C ester, and you know, that was my joint with the omega-3s, and that joint was close to $100. Then OLAY came along and tempted me with something that I can find for under $25 and that works just as well as that Perricone moisturizer did for me. And I was sold because I'm like, you gonna pay $100 or just under $25 for a moisturizer and you're getting the same feel and similar results? Like, now I might have some, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you might be able to see it. I might have some $85 Byredo candles behind me sitting over there because I deserve, okay? So there are things that I spend money on, but there are things where I'm like, there's no need. There is just no need to overspend. Those are my empties. Have you tried any of the products that I mentioned in this video? Are there products that you have emptied recently? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social, the links will be in the description box. And in the description box, there'll be, you know, pertinent information, links to blog posts, and other information that you might need to know, reviews, yada yada. And I will see you guys in my next video. Ta-ta!